This is Paul Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moo. Shot himself. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know November 7th. The Zone, subscribe. We got Devin Haney versus Gamboa. Now, a lot of people been talking about this. A lot of people have an opinion. A lot of people creating a narrative. There's some people that feel like Gamboa should be on his way out or should be out already. They feel like Devin Haney is too much for him. Devin Haney, they feel like probably Gamboa is tailor-made at this point of Gamboa's career. Tailor-made for Devin Haney to look good, look impressive. Now, I'm going to say this. In the sport of boxing, we as fans love to discredit fighters. If they're not relevant enough, we treat them like garbage. And I'm talking about collectively as the boxing world, in which I disagree with that. I disagree, and I do not like when people like to just treat fighters like they're damaged goods. You know, I wish that in boxing we treat our fighters like the way the UFC does. You know, we got UFC got Jorge Masvidal. We got Nate Diaz. They have lost double digits. But you know what? You put them against each other, and the whole world gonna see it. You put Jorge Masvidal right now, he's banking it on 1.3 million pay-per-view buys. Now, why in boxing you got Gamboa who lost, what, 3-4 times? And then we got Devin Haney that has a momentum, that has this following, that had this hype around him, and yet has all the skills in the world. All the skills in the world, all the intangible of the world to be probably the guy in boxing. Of course, he's going to be one of the guys, one of the forefronts of the sport of boxing, with the guys like Teofimo Lopez is going to be having a good fight with Lomachenko October 17th. Don't miss that out. We got Ryan Garcia. Of course, that name is always going to be linked to each other. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, because of course their history, the amateur background, their rivalries. Gervonta St. Davis is going to have a fight with Leo Santa Cruz. We got a lot of crop champions right now. A lot of crop champions, of course. And I don't want to mention all of it, but let's stick to Devin Haney. And let's stick to Gamboa. I don't think that is a horrible fight. I don't think it's a bad fight. I don't think it's a great fight. I don't think, but it's a decent fight. You understand what I'm trying to say? Regardless how you may feel, let's say those people that feel like Devin Haney is too much for Gamboa at this point, this is probably Devin Haney's best opponent. On paper, accomplishment-wise, pedigree-wise, this is Devin Haney's best opponent. Now, sometimes we have to bring that hype down so we can, break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. We all know that Devin Haney got a hype around him, of course, because he has the skill set that we feel that he is going to be one of the forefronts of the sport of boxing. Great fighters in the sport of boxing, boxing pugilists, Mayweather's of the world, Roy Jones Jr. of the world, boxing minds of the world feel like Devin Haney is the goods. Yet, has he really shown us that up to this date? I'm talking about like having an opponent, the challenges, and things of that nature. Yes, he has a strap, but it's still a lot that Devin Haney will have to prove, just like it's still a lot for all these young champions and young fighters will have to prove. Maybe a lot of people is rushing to Devin Haney and probably don't like this fight because they see that Teofimo Lopez is fighting Vasily Lomachenko, and that's a pound-for-pound caliber fighter. Of course, 1, 2, 3, you can flip it around. We see Ryan Garcia going to be facing Luke Campbell probably later this year. We still can't find a date, but it's contractual that they're going to be fighting. And of course, Ryan Garcia is coming in as the underdog in that fight. Femo is coming as the underdog in that fight. Gervonta St. Davis is fighting his best opponent yet. Yeah, of course, the division, and people may have that. But in reality, Gervonta St. Davis is a small guy. He just eats a lot. But anyway. But then people are looking at Devin Haney and be like, whoa. But why these guys are fighting these guys and you're fighting this person? Now, again, Gamboa has a good pedigree. But the only thing that messes this up for Gamboa is age, injury, surgery, and momentum. Now, I'm going to say it like this. Let's say, because look, I'm not even going to count age, because in athletes today, their nutrition is different. The science is different. These athletes nowadays are educated about the science. There's a new science out there. They're educated about what they put inside their body. Unlike guys like Gerald Miller and you know what I'm saying? But you know, they're highly educated, and what you may think that was old is not old anymore. Povetkin, 40 years old, just knocked out Dillian White. Manny Pacquiao just beat Keith Thurman. Sergey Kovalev beat Anthony Yarde. So let's not come up with this old and this age stuff. It's a different age. We see the NBA Finals right now, and who do we see killing? We see LeBron James. These guys, these athletes nowadays, they are very educated about the science, about what they put, the nutritionists, and things of that nature. So I'm not looking at Gamboa's age, just the age, but I'm looking at his age. I'm looking at the injury that he just had with the Achilles injury. He had surgery, and I'm looking at that he lost his last fight. So it doesn't have the momentum. Now, if he was an old dude, let's say, for example, like Manny Pacquiao that just beat his last couple of opponents before fighting Keith Thurman, he has momentum of winning. Povetkin has momentum of the next fight. You feel me? Gamboa doesn't with the injury, and there's a lot of question. But he's not the only one that has surgery. He's not the only one with an injury that needs to prove that you okay after that surgery. Devin Haney himself has not fought in well over a year and still have to prove that the shoulder surgery that he had, that he is all good and dandy. Now, we all know the shoulder surgery that he had, a lot of boxers just don't come out and look impressive. Almost every boxer that come out with that type of surgery don't look impressive at all. You feel me? Lomachenko, Pedraza made him look like a raccoon. So, is it a good fight? Maybe not a great fight. A decent fight it is. For Devin Haney that's 21 years old, going to be 22, that still got a lot of things to prove. And Gamboa, is it going to be Gamboa's curtain call? Is it going to be Gamboa's curtain call? That's going to be up to Devin Haney to give him that curtain call. Feel me? So, that's the thing. Devin Haney got a lot of things to prove as well. A lot of people want him to legitimize the title that he got. Because, of course, Lomachenko got the franchise. And a lot of people, there's half of the people that's mad that people feel like it should have been Devin Haney versus Lomachenko. What I say about that, and I'm going to keep it consistent, I'm always going to say that. Regardless of the franchise or not, for the people out there that's saying, oh my God, if it was for the franchise, this guy, Devin Haney, was his mandatory. I did tons of video about it. Look, it doesn't matter about the franchise or not. Lomachenko, regardless of franchise or not, was going to fight the winner of Richard Comey and Teofimo Lopez to become undisputed. Again, I'm going to say it again. Lomachenko, regardless of franchise or not, was not going to fight Devin Haney. He was going to fight the winner of Richard Comey and Teofimo Lopez to become undisputed. For the people that feel like it was a mandatory, Mauricio Sudamon has stated that Devin Haney was never an immediate mandatory to Lomachenko. So let's debunk that once and for all. It's not about taking this credit away from Devin Haney, Lomachenko, or Teofimo Lopez, or anybody else. You feel me? Devin Haney won 2 weeks after Lomachenko beat Luke Campbell. And the WBC, it takes 12 months to fight your mandatory. The WBC and Mauricio Sudamon never said that Lomachenko had a mandatory before even Devin Haney was contractual to fight for the interim title. So let's get that straight. And the thing is, there is no pressure. There is no rush. The only rush is because what Devin Haney's contemporaries and who are they fighting? That's why there's a rush. There's no rush with Shakur Stevenson right now. Because Shakur Stevenson, he vacated his belt. He's not saying too much, so nobody's on him. Devin Haney been calling out a lot of people, been giving some contracts to Gary Russell Jr. I don't know what the hell happened with that. And maybe people may feel like, you know what? Hey, you shouldn't be mad at Devin Haney. It's all these people that didn't want to fight him, and so now he's fighting Gamboa. Now you still mad? We seen Devin Haney trying to go after a lot of people. So why y'all getting mad at Devin Haney while he's facing Gamboa? And that's a legitimate argument as well. Devin Haney has been trying to chase a lot of fighters, right? He's been calling out a lot of fighters, and nobody's stepping up to the plate. He even went aside and gave them a term sheet, $1.5 million, and Gary Russell Jr. turned it down. So now he's fighting Gamboa. A lot of people shouldn't even be mad about it. Feel me? Everybody got their opponent. Look, Javier Fortuna. Mate, I said Javier Fortuna and Devin Haney should be a fight. They said that Javier Fortuna don't want the fight. Samson got something else planned. Maybe it's going to be Javier Fortuna and Gary Russell Jr. I don't know. But we could see, and it's facts, that Devin Haney has sent some money, tried to send some money and a contract to get a fight with Gary Russell Jr. It did not happen. So, of course, there you go. He got Gamboa, someone willing to step up. And by the way, the WBC gave Devin Haney a voluntary defense. We could see it like this. Devin Haney got to do it for his shoulder. I said he was going to pick a voluntary defense. I said he was going to pick a tune-up. Now, I don't see Gamboa as really like a tune-up. A lot of people may see it like that. But I stated way before that Devin Haney was not going to be fighting no elite fighter in that division, that he was going to fight some type of tune-up because the WBC gave him a voluntary defense. Now, I want to see how Devin Haney look like with the shoulder. I want to see if there's going to be a curtain call for Gamboa. Is he going to lay down? Is this just going to be another check or his last check? We already know he's 39 years old. He took a lot of beating in the amateurs. And for real, Gamboa has been knocked down so much, I forgot how many times he's been knocked down. So I understand why people don't see this as a good fight, as a great fight. It's not a bad fight. It's not the worst fight. It's a decent fight. At the point that Devin Haney is his career, and the point that Gamboa is in his career, he got another crack in being another crack of being a champion. So it's a decent fight. He's 21 years old. Devin Haney. I don't even need to rush the kid. But, of course, once you got a strap, you a champion, and they want you to compete versus the best. But at this point, the guys at the top at 135 got an opponent already. So it don't matter who Devin Haney picked. All I'm saying is, Gamboa is ranked overall probably the top 15, top 16. That's Devin Haney's best opponent as of yet. So that's my take. And, of course, we're going to be breaking it down more. And we're going to be talking about it more because, of course, there's more into this. Look, we see Devin Haney being a protege of the likes of Floyd Mayweather, the Mayweather gym. Gamboa has some unfinished business. Yeah, he fought Gervonta Tank-Davis, but it was supposed to be Gamboa to be signed to the TMT promotional company. You remember that time? You know, Floyd Mayweather was supposed to fight his contract out and blah, blah. We could talk about all that shit as well. Anyway, let me know what you think about the fight. Let me know what you think stylistically. You know, if it is a good fight for you, decent fight, worst fight, good fight, whatever you want to put it. I think it's a decent fight. November 7th is right around the corner. I would like to see Devin Haney get back in the ring. He already had, a year off. So this is a decent fight for the young kid. And for Gamboa, I think it's going to be a curtain call. I think we're going to say sayonara to Gamboa, but we'll see what his heart has. But we could see in 2020, the old guys are doing their thing. Well, not 2020, but the last couple of fights with the old guys. They're doing their thing, the old guys. Pacquiao, Povetkin, and, Kovalev with that Yardy fight. It's a lot of upsets in the sport of boxing. Let's see if there's going to be one. I don't know. I don't think so. But like in boxing, you never know what could happen. Anyway, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Get my updated videos. I love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.